Welcome families, friends, staff, community members, alumni to the class of 2021's graduation ceremony. This is where you get excited. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Bill Naus. I have the privilege of serving as the school director here at DSST College View High School. This is the fourth time I have given this speech. For those of you that are hearing it again, I'm sorry. And this is going to be great because you're going to do it along with me. For those of you that this is the first time, I want to start by saying congratulations. Class of 2021, we are so proud of each of you. In trying to think about what to say, I wrote out a list of themes which I felt were most apt to describe these times, this moment, and this class. Leaders, resiliency, pride, grit, opportunity, challenge, and drive. But one theme emerged over several drafts. You see, I believe that we are all writing drafts in our minds every moment. These narratives shape how we see the world around us, how we see ourselves in that world, and they define how we operate as human beings. Now, this draft is imperfect, no doubt, but this one theme, trust, emerged as the most salient to describe you all. You see, I believe trust is very different now than it was before March of 2020. Trust can be described as a fluid adhesive. Trust is reciprocity in motion. Trust is the one thing that binds us together into the hopeful futures we one day might realize. This class demonstrated how important trust was. You had to entrust us to build a hybrid environment for 102 of you to complete your senior year. We trusted each of you to do your best as you grew along the way. You entrusted us to create the safe conditions to return to the building. Most importantly, we've entrusted each other to know that in the end, we would be here together and you would graduate on time with a bright pathway ahead. But trust is fragile. Religious institutions, police, Congress, the presidency, banks, technology companies, the press, even educational institutions have seen trust erode. We've been left with weakened institutions. They need to be restored. They need your help. Only with your help can they become stronger and better. You see, it is institutions that help us preserve decency. They need our help as well. Institutions do not protect themselves. They fall one after another unless each is defended from the beginning by individuals like yourselves, a new crop of leaders and thinkers. So my ask to you is this: choose an institution that you care about. It could be a family business, a nonprofit, a newspaper, a cause, a school, and take its side. Take the entry-level position, start something that doesn't yet exist, interrupt and disrupt to create a new vision. Build understanding of its inner workings and invest your full self into its longevity and prosperity, much like your families have done from the day you were born for you, and much like our staff has done from the moment that you became a wolf. And so with that, I offer one more time congratulations for completing the first and most important step in your long journey. May you find your side worth fighting for. And may you help build, restore, and rebuild the trust which binds us all together. Indeed, to live in faith that the whole world is on your side, so long as you are true to the best that is in you. Thank you very much. With that, I'd like to introduce Jesse Heaton to the mic.
Good afternoon. My name is Jesse Heaton, and I am the Senior Academy Dean of Students at DSST College View High School. I have the honor of addressing the class of 2021 today, or at least 1/4 of you. Seniors, we'll get to you in just a minute, but there are some other people I'd like to speak to first. Parents and families. I cannot express how thankful I am for our work together over the last 7 years. I remember standing in front of you during parent orientation for 6th grade summer school and promising that your kids would get into college. I didn't understand then that you would have a lot more to do with that than anyone who works at DSST. I've sat in so many difficult meetings with you about mistakes made, and I've called and texted you to celebrate successes. So many of you have helped me be better at my job, and so many of you have helped me understand what it means to be a good parent. Thank you for your dedication and sacrifice for these young people. Faculty and staff, thank you for everything you've done for these seniors. Your hard work, planning, tutoring, giving feedback has helped them become terrific students. More importantly, your mistakes and apologies, moments of true joy and sadness, and love and care for them as people have helped them become excellent human beings. You are sending a group of compassionate and thoughtful people into the world, and there's no greater measure of success in this, the best job in the world. To the first and second cousins in the crowd, I'm just kidding, that's all. That's all the other people. Seniors, I'll talk to you now. Hi. I know that you want me to cry during this, but I very much don't want to do that. But just so you know, I'm crying on the inside. So when I was your age, I was a counselor at a summer camp. The director of the camp was a teacher in our community named Mr. Bradbury. Now, I don't know if any of you have chased children around a summer camp, but it's hard work. They're exhausting. Children are often sticky and they smell weird. Sometimes they just throw up for no reason. At our counselor meetings, we're usually very tired and hot and ready to be done. And Mr. Bradbury would say in those meetings, someday, maybe this winter, or maybe next summer when you're doing something else, or maybe in 10 years, you look back on this and say, I would give anything to be back there in that place with those people for just a few moments. And of course, he was right. And we were able to see he was right even then when we were hot and tired and cleaning up whatever that stuff was. Fast forward to this year. My wife and I had our first son. I don't know if you know much about babies, but they are also hard work. They are often sticky and they smell weird. Sometimes they just throw up and poop at the same time for no reason. But thanks to Mr. Bradbury, I would sit in a rocking chair at 3 in the morning with a baby who didn't want to sleep. And I'd think someday, maybe this winter, maybe next year, maybe in 10 years, I'll look back on this and say I would give anything to be back there in that place with that baby for just a few moments. And of course I was right. We all learned that lesson this year. We took it for granted, didn't we? Being together every day, the stupid jokes, the petty arguments, the stress, and the things that were so much funnier because we were all so stressed. It's obvious now that we should have been telling ourselves all along that someday we'd give anything to be back here. The challenge for all of us is, how do we remember that in the future? And whatever we do next year and wherever we are, how do we remember that someday we'll give anything to be back there? So this is the advice I have for you, whether you are off to a top-tier university, the armed forces, or whatever else. Be there, and don't be anywhere else. It goes without saying that I'm incredibly proud of all of you. I can't put into words what these last 7 years meant to me, not only as an educator, but as a person. It's hard to believe that in August I will have to figure out how to be at DSST without you. Without Jessica, Arlette, and Leonella barging into my office all the time. Without Michelle recording TikTok dances in the hallway. Without Daisy and Medea calling me by my first name and ignoring me when I told them to stop. Without Oswaldo playing guitar in the comments. I can't imagine it. But I promise to do my best to be there and not anywhere else. I love you all very much, and congratulations. At this time, I'm I'd like to invite to the stage the student speaker that you all voted for, Mr. Miguel Barrios. I'm a little short. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah!
Bring it.
We love you! Miguel!
Let me try to fix this a little bit. All right. Thank you, Mr. Heaton. And thank you to the students, teachers, parents, and staff who have made these 4 years everything that they were. It is my honor today to not only graduate with my fellow classmates, but to also deliver the commencement address for the incredible class of 2021. My fellow classmates, friends, we only arrived here 4 short years ago, or if you were in the middle school, 7. And now it's time to leave. How did it all go so fast? It seems like only yesterday we were shy little freshmen, fighting with the locks in our lockers, trying to figure out where our next class was, and looking generally clueless to all the upperclassmen. Now we are the upperclassmen, the seniors who stand there ready to graduate and move forward in the world. Yet at this proud and jubilant moment, we can't help looking back. My parents would tell me repeatedly throughout my time in middle and high school, haz tu mejor esfuerzo para disfrutar lo que te queda de tu niñez y de tu educación, porque cuando se acabe, tú darías todo lo que sea para volver a esos días. Do your best to enjoy what you have left of your childhood and your education, because when it is over, you would give anything to go back to those days. While the last 4 years were filled with friends, classes, teachers, and work, there are also tiny inspirations hiding in plain sight. In those moments, we were too busy, too distracted, too young to notice them. As we take a retrospective look at our high school years, I hope you'll all see them clearly now. Classmates, close your eyes, please, and imagine, if you will, that one thing that one teacher said to you that didn't mean much at the time, but means something now. If you can't hear it, think harder. This is one of your inspirational moments from high school. Now, imagine that one scary moment with that one friend inside the school walls. Think about how you acted and how it all turned out. If you can't see it, think harder. This is one of your inspirational moments from high school. Now imagine, one more time, that time when you felt so proud of yourself. Think about what you accomplished and what you did for yourself. If you can't feel it, think harder. This is one of your inspirational moments from high school. The most amazing things happen in high school when we least expect them. Although we are different people with different lives, we all experience these inspirational moments that happen in high school and stay with us for life. As we look towards our future, I encourage you to take the time and look for these moments. They will be your inspiration for life. It has been 4 long years, but here we are, ready to graduate. We worked hard to get to this point, but we didn't do it by ourselves. Before I close out, I want to, along with my graduating classmates, thank everyone who has been with us every step of our high school journey. So please, graduates, help me in expressing our huge debt of gratitude towards the following people. To our teachers, thank you for so unselfishly sharing your time, talent, and knowledge with us. Yes, we know it was your job to do it, but what you did for us went beyond the call of duty. You took time to explain assignments, sometimes repeatedly because we weren't paying attention. You allowed us to come to your classroom after school for extra help, and you could have gone home to spend time with your family. You put in the effort to make lessons more interesting so we wouldn't just tune out. You demanded excellence from us whether or not we wanted to give it. You set the bar high and challenged us to live up to it. To our parents,
thank you for supporting us in more ways than it's possible to count. You dragged us out of bed each morning, made sure we were fed and clothed for school. You herded us out of the door to the bus stop or drove us to school yourselves. You helped us with homework, paid our class fees, and listened to our complaints. You attended our sporting events and our school events. You commiserated over our daily dramas. But you give us just enough space to learn how do things work out for ourselves. These are just few of the 1,000 ways you've supported us on our journey. To our coaches and advisors, thank you for making school more just about just the classwork. Through sports, we learn how to power ourselves through adversity and give it our best effort, win or lose. We learn the importance of discipline and good sportsmanship. Through other activities like participating in clubs and service projects, we learned how to work closely with others to achieve a common goal, and we had fun doing it. To our custodial staff and lunchroom attendants, thank you for keeping our school clean and safe. You know better than anyone else what slobs we've been. You, in my opinion, are not valued high enough as you should be. To our school director, administrators, and all office staff, thank you for keeping things running smoothly so our teachers could concentrate on us. We're better off for it. To our guidance counselors, thank you for listening and trying to keep us on the right track for graduation. Without your help, some of us might not be even graduating today. As you can see, behind each graduate, there have been at least a dozen people providing support in at least a dozen ways. The best way we graduates can show our gratitude is to make their efforts not go in vain. Standing here today after reflecting with you all on my past experiences in DSST College View High School, I finally realized my parents were right. I want to relive not only my childhood, but my time with you all as well. Regardless if we talked every day or not, if you ever taught me or you only saw me in the halls, I promise to you all, I will forever value and cherish this community, and I'll never forget the class of 2021. Seniors and soon-to-be graduates, thank you for making my high school experience much more bearable. Thank you for opening your arms in friendship, and as we go our separate paths, I just want you to know this isn't a goodbye, it's just to see you later. Thank you.
Class of 2021, if you would please stand. And we will have you line up on this side of the stage to receive your diplomas.
Manuel Arrájula Olivas.